Hey! Okay, today's topic we're going to talk about is one we get asked about a lot, and I guess at this time of year, going into winter, it's one people think about a lot, is like, how long can I not train for and still keep my results? The really simple short answer, we'd say, is about 7 to 10 days of nothing. But let's qualify that, because there's different aspects of fitness and different body parts. We're going to look at aerobic fitness, endurance, and actually your muscle size and strength, because they all change in different ways and at different rates. We'll look at first at aerobic performance. So this is your ability to process oxygen effectively and work hard doing activities like circuits, running, cycling. I mean, like a ton of studies on this. And most of them show that athletes, so people who train a lot, will lose about 7% of their VO2 max in 12 to 21 days. After that, it accelerates to 9% in the next 20 odd days after that. At the same time, you also lose endurance-specific enzymes in the body that help your body work more effectively, like processing protein and oxygen transportation. You lose about 50% in 12 to 21 days as well. So endurance drops down quite fast, aerobic fitness slightly more slowly. Really important to note, depending on your starting level as well. So if you're really fit, your drop-off is going to be more dramatic than someone who's less fit. But this makes sense. If we're working really hard, those lungs are pumping, the heart's pumping, we've built all new capillaries in our lungs, our system's hyper efficient. If we suddenly stop, do nothing, the drop-off's going to be extreme. But the good news is, if you're starting here and you drop to here, someone who started here anyway and he drops like that, you're still going to be above them. So it's not an excuse not to train hard. So aerobic fitness, 7 to 10 days, we'd say. 14 at the outside, but you will start to see some deterioration in aerobic fitness if you do nothing for 14 days. Now let's talk about muscular size and strength. So most studies show that actually you can probably go for like 7 to 14 days before you'll start to lose noticeable size and strength. So you can afford a layoff, but as long as you're keeping your body adequately fueled, and this goes whether you're doing aerobic, cardio activity, or lifting. If you've worked out what your calorie targets are and you've been at static calorie level for maintenance or a higher calorie level to actually build lean muscle, obviously if you're doing less activity, there's less energy being expended, you need to reduce your energy intake. If you continue eating at the same rate you were while you were doing all that training, you do nothing, guess what? You're going to increase your body fat. And really important to note, you do need to work it out, because if your metabolism will still be higher than your normal non-trained metabolism, it will still be up here. If you go too low, you'll go catabolic and you'll start losing muscle. And this is where a lot of people go wrong when they're trying to get ripped or get lean for their holidays. They've been in calorie surplus. This is more for the guys, I guess. Calorie surplus to put on lean muscle. And that can sometimes come with some fat as well, and then they'll dial up the exercise, like particularly the HIIT type stuff, and cut back on the calories to get lean, but actually go into catabolic state and start breaking down the muscle tissue. So really important, do use a macro calculator if you're changing your activity level, and work out what your new calorie intake should be. It is really important, because obviously if you stop and you rest, you want to try and maintain your gains as much as possible. So make sure you get your calories right. Don't risk going catabolic. Now, the good news is, so we're talking there about, 7 to 10 days layoff, 14 maximum for aerobic. You can get away with probably, again, 10 to 14 days not lifting and not lose any size or strength much. Good news is, even if you do like one workout aerobic, for the aerobic side, and weights once a week, you will maintain where you are at. If you do a full body workout, it has to be, obviously, if you don't work your chest, your chest isn't going to maintain. But if you can do a full body workout once a week, that will be enough to maintain where you are at. Same for the aerobic fitness. If you can do like 1 or 2 short but intense HIIT workouts, you're going to maintain the level you're at. So what's the takeaway from that? How can we apply it? This time of year, when we're feeling down, we don't want to train, it's dark outside, it's wet, we're just not feeling it. Listen, if you do skip some training, don't sweat it, but just make sure you do keep doing it. Even if you're doing like 1 or 2 15-20 minute HIIT sessions a week, that is going to keep you where you're at. Likewise, if your goal is to maintain your lean mass, 1 full body session once a week will maintain where you're at. So, hope you found that useful. quick takeaway, don't leave it for longer than, I would say, to be safe, 10 to 12 days. And do something once a week, and it'll help maintain where you're at.